Hi, I'm Kimberly Durden. I'm a board-certified lactation consultant, and I've been helping moms breastfeed for over 20 years. You might be wondering, how can I store my breast milk? If you need to store your breast milk for later use, there are 3 safe ways to do it. First off, you can store your breast milk at room temperature. Breast milk can stay at room temperature for about 5 hours, and room temperature is about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So if your room is warmer than that, then the amount of time that your breast milk can stay out at room temperature would be decreased. But on average, your breast milk can stay at room temperature for up to about 5 hours. If you're going to use the breast milk in the next several days, a good option for you would be to put it in your refrigerator. Your refrigerator will keep breast milk fresh for about 5 days. I would suggest that you store your breast milk in the back of your refrigerator. If you store it on the door of your refrigerator, every time the door of the refrigerator opens and closes, that breast milk will be exposed to warmer air. So store it in the back of your refrigerator, and as I said, it lasts for about 5 days, but it could even go up to about 7 days in the refrigerator. Another way to store your breast milk is in the freezer. If you don't think you'll be using your breast milk in the next few days, put your breast milk in the freezer. In a normal freezer that opens every time you open your refrigerator door, you can store the breast milk for about 3 months. If your freezer has a door that is separate from the refrigerator door, then you can store your breast milk in the freezer for about 6 months. If you have a deep freeze, which is a freezer that goes to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit, you can store your breast milk in a deep freeze for about 12 months. To thaw milk, you'll want to take the frozen container of milk and place it into a container of warm water. Never microwave the milk. This can destroy important properties of breast milk, and it can also pose risks to the baby by creating hot spots in the milk that could burn the baby when they're drinking the milk. I bet you're wondering, exactly how can I store my milk? Here's a couple of ways that you can store your milk. Some moms like breast milk storage bags. These are bags that you can actually pour your milk into and either place these bags in the refrigerator or freezer. They're handy because they take up less room in your freezer. So if you're a mom that needs to store lots of breast milk storage bags are the way to go. You'll want to use the oldest breast milk first when you're feeding your baby stored breast milk. So keeping the date on your breast milk bag will allow you to choose the oldest milk first from your breast milk storage. Another way that you can store your breast milk is by using a bottle. Any bottle will do, but you might want to start with a bottle a little smaller than this. 4 to 6 ounce bottle is perfectly fine to use, especially with a small baby. When you pump your milk, you'll pump directly into the bottle, and you can actually pump in small amounts. For instance, in one pumping session, if you pump about 2 ounces of milk, I would just put that 2 ounces of milk in one bottle and let that be the only amount of milk that's in the bottle. I'd pump additional amounts in other bottles, and then when I'm ready to feed my baby, I might try adding maybe an ounce or 2 from separate bottles to make the right amount for your baby. Most breastfed babies do not drink a lot of breast milk at a feeding. They might be having 2 to 3 to 4 ounces depending on their age and their weight. So you don't want to fill up an 8-ounce bottle with your breast milk and store it that way. Most moms realize how precious milk is, and they choose to just pump and store the milk in small amounts. That way they can conserve the milk and not waste any. So in recapping what we talked about, here's what you need to remember. Breast milk can be stored at room temperature. You can also store it in your refrigerator or your freezer. I hope this helps you understand how to store your breast milk for later use. Thanks for watching.